Hi everyone, today I'm back with a new video. So today I'm going to talk about the difficulties that I had while working in a Korean company and Korean bosses. So of course this is like my personal opinion based on my experiences, so it's not like everyone that think or feel the same that I had, but I wanted to discuss about this kind of stuff because for people that want to come living in Korea and work in Korea, they should be aware of this kind of stuff, of feelings you may feel and cultural differences, stuff like that. I actually talked in a previous video that I will recommend to foreigners to try to find an international company instead of working for a full Korean one. And I gave some advices, but today I really wanted to talk more in details about the struggle that I got here. So up until my current company, I was working only in Korean companies, so with Korean boss and Korean colleagues. But now I have more international environment, which is better. And I really appreciate it, so I'm kind of like taking this time in this company as kind of a resting time for myself as a foreigner here. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about is, of course, the difference between France and Korea cultural wise, but also the working style and culture is also totally different. So I am used to actually share my point of view and argumenting about it and having superior of people around me listening and trying to have like what I would call constructive dialogues. But in Korea, I find that you shouldn't share your point of view, especially if it is a little against what your superior is saying. But for me, it's not really efficient because I guess that for me, there is not only one solution. And actually, I think if we can work together and combine each other point of view, we can actually get a way better solution than just like following one that doesn't really try to find out if it's actually the best way to do things. But for me, it was really difficult since I'm really like French people really love discussing, argumenting, and share the point of view and in a constructive way. So I guess like this part is really tough for me, but I learned that I just have to not say everything and just like say okay, yes, that's a great idea, but I'm not sure it's the best actually when you think about work and if you have issues and solutions. But I guess this is how it is here, but doesn't change the fact that I want to still work here and just I have to adapt a little more. So the other struggle that I got in my previous company that I left this year was actually my Korean that was intermediate, and also the fact that my Korean colleagues didn't speak at all English. So even if I tried to speak more in my broken Korean, I ended up feeling isolated, even if at the end it was kind of what they were searching for, but that's another video that I'm still not ready to talk on this channel, but maybe later this year. So for me it started especially during meetings, since all words were really technical one. I couldn't really follow what they were saying, like I couldn't understand like the daily life or like the construction and like argumentation, but I couldn't catch actually the sense, the meaning of the sentence, because I didn't got all the Korean word for all technical stuff in this field. So of course I know that I'm living in Korea, so part of the responsibility is for me to actually learn more Korean, which I did. But on the other end, nothing was done, and I just ended up like struggling by myself and feeling just like I was the only one trying to improve the communication. So it made me feel even more isolated and kind of outsider in the company and the team. That's actually also why I would recommend you to try to find a job in more international environment, because they know about multiculturalism and they take into account all the differences, and they actually try to work together by embracing all these differences to make like a stronger team and stronger workplace. And because yeah, they're trying to do this instead of just saying to your face that it's your fault and you should actually become Korean. I really love Korea, but I don't really like this side and this way of thinking, because for me it's still like, don't hire foreigners if you don't think or take into account that maybe differences, and you won't help them to understand those differences, because there is a lot of things that you can learn by yourself, but there is also a lot of things that actually can't. And I wish that in my previous company they will help me with those kind of things, but never happened. But yeah, will be another video about that. So I just wanted to talk today about these two main struggle, because for me it was the main one. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things that other people won't like or will have some difficulties while working in Korea. But this is only my own opinion, of course, based on my experiences. And yeah, so that will be all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and see you next week with a new video. Bye!